Hello to all you learners out there. Before we jump into today's deep dive, I have a really tiny favor to ask.
A very quick one.
Right, so we see the numbers and we know you're listening, but very few of you have hit that review button on Apple.
Yeah, even a simple "we like the show" goes a really long way.
Exactly, it
Right.
helps us out immensely. Okay, favor asked. Now let's get into the deep dive on the AI review of episode 332 of the About That Wallet podcast.
Featuring Ashlee Edwards.
Right, the owner of Lenders and Friends, which is stylized and spelled LNDRS, by the way.
It is, yeah. And her background is just as distinct, really. She's an attorney, but she pivoted from active real estate investing to...
To private money lending.
Exactly. Her core mission is teaching people how to build wealth through passive lending so they don't have to, deal with the absolute headaches of being a landlord.
Which brings us to her specific lending box, right? Like the who, where, and what of it all.
She is incredibly disciplined with that. Geographically, she only lends in Texas and Georgia.
Just those two.
Just those two. She sticks strictly to markets she understands legally and economically, and she targets very specific projects.
Right, the rehab portions of fix and flips and construction companies.
General contractors, yeah.
And restoration companies, too, like folks handling post-flood or fire damage. Plus, she has that great motto.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
I love that. So she caps her loans at 8 months max.
Right. But what's fascinating is when you contrast her strict personal box with the broader lenders and friends community.
Oh, yeah, her peers are doing all sorts of business purpose loans.
Right. Funding vending machine operators,
Vital equipment.
medical equipment for offices, coaching businesses, even financing furniture for Airbnb setups.
It completely expands the definition of private lending. But let's look at the why.
Yeah, because the source material really highlights Ashlee's reality check on the word passive.
Landlording is rarely passive.
Oh, definitely not. She mentioned a specific nightmare of dealing with a tenant who left a $4,000 damage bill after move-out.
Yeah, that sounds exhausting. Especially for listeners who are in that sandwich generation.
Right, balancing kids and aging parents at the same time.
You just don't have the bandwidth to chase contractors or answer late-night tenant calls.
Exactly. And that is the beauty of her lending structure. It's highly front-loaded.
So learning the ropes and setting up the LLC or a self-directed IRA?
That takes weeks, sure.
Yeah.
But once it's active, processing a single loan might only take 3 to 15 hours total.
Total.
Yeah, total. And after that, you are literally, as she says, chilling and collecting checks.
But obviously you can't just wire cash to a stranger and hope for the best.
No, no. And since she's an attorney, she makes it clear. The difference between gambling and actual lending is the paperwork.
Meaning secured loans versus unsecured loans.
Right. We aren't acting like credit card issuers here.
We're acting like a mortgage bank.
Precisely. So there are absolute non-negotiable documents required for any borrower application.
The promissory note being the big one.
Yes. The promissory note, which is the legal promise to pay, and the security agreement.
Plus a personal guarantee, usually.
Usually, yes. But that security agreement is the key. It ensures the loan is backed by a tangible asset.
So if you lend to a fix and flipper, the asset is the house.
Right. Or if you lend to a hair salon, it might be filed against their equipment, literally the shampoo bowl.
The shampoo bowls, yeah.
If the borrower defaults, that paperwork gives you the legal right to recoup your losses by seizing the asset. You are relying on collateral, not just good vibes.
It really is an aha moment. You switch from being the landlord managing all that chaos to being the bank financing the operation.
And that actually leaves us with a really provocative question for you to think about. If you have funds just sitting in a regular savings account or maybe an old IRA,
Earning almost nothing.
right, are you just letting inflation eat away at that money? Or could those funds be secured against a tangible asset instead, working for you while you sleep?
Wow, yeah, putting it to work. Well, if you want to hear Ashlee's full story and all the legal breakdowns, definitely go listen to the full interview on episode 332 of the About That Wallet podcast.
Highly recommend checking that out.
And please, if you got value from this deep dive, take 2 seconds to leave us a review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
Even just "we like the show" is huge for us.
It really is. Thanks for hanging out with us, learners, and we'll catch you on the next one.